Let us teach them about the companies that they are going to meet in school, because a lot is happening. A lot is happening in boarding schools. Let us be prayerful, because the devil is not happy. The devil is using our kids. This is the harsh truth, but the devil is using our kids. Hello friends, welcome to Gathoni Diaries, a home of real life stories. Asanteni sana my people for your amazing love and support. I don't take it for granted. Welcome to another episode. On today's episode, I want us to talk about life in boarding schools and also life in day schools, because a lot has been happening on our country. Right now, if you open your Instagram account, the only thing someone is seeing is a lot of death. People are dying, especially our kids. Our kids are dying, our girls are dying, our boys are dying. And at a moment, as a parent, I'm asking myself, where are we safe? The other day, we lost 16 students kutokea kwa mkasa wa moto. And this thing is so heartbreaking. It made me cry. It is so heartbreaking. Like seeing the way our kids are losing their lives. It is so heartbreaking. May their souls rest in peace, and may their families find strength and peace in God. Today I'm here to talk about life in boarding schools. And we are not here to judge. Also, we shall be talking about life in day school. But we are not here to judge, guys. You are allowed to share your thoughts on the comment section. You are allowed to write what you think about this whole thing, like whatever has been happening in our country, in our schools especially. And I want to share my story of my life in boarding school. I started my journey at boarding school. I was introduced to boarding school when I was heading to class 6, from class 6 till nikamaliza shule. And I won't tell you that life was easy in boarding school. First of all, I'm the one who chose, mi ndo nilichagua that I want to be taken to a boarding school, because I was really suffering in day school. Nilikuwa nimehamishwa to a certain town. I was staying there with a family member, and I didn't like life over there. I was really going through a lot. I told my parents that I would like to go to a boarding school, and that is what they did. I joined boarding school, and life started when I was in class 6. During the first months, unakuanga tu umetulia, trying to kujuana na the fellow students and trying to understand venye mambo za boarding wanga zinaenda. So during the first month ilikuwa ni hiyo ya kujidiscover, but from there going on, life started now very well. Now I started seeing the other side of boarding school. And I won't tell you that life in boarding school was easy, especially where I was schooling, because I was schooling in Masailand. And life was not easy. Talk about being beaten like crazy. Talk about eating bad foods. Talk about going to kutafuta kuni na mko shule. Talk about going kuosha nguo zenyu in a river. And there is a story I shared about how I lost my friend ambaye alibebwa na maji, a classmate, and that is the same specific point that all of us were going to kufanya usafi and all that. So life for me in boarding school was not easy. But today I really want us to talk about life in the dormitories. For those who don't know the routine of boarding schools, days in boarding school start at 5 a.m. in the morning. That is where munaamka, munaenda preps. After going for preps, 6 in the morning, you take your porridge, then you go back to class. You break for lunch hours. Then after that, you take your supper, 6 p.m. Then you go back to class up to 9 p.m. That is when you all break and go to your dormitories. And this is where I really want us to talk about dormitories, because a lot of weird stuffs zilikuwa zinaendelea in our boarding school. Most of the cases that we are seeing now, like I'm sure most of us we've been seeing hizo news za our kids wamechomekea shule, our kids wamestrike and all that. Si ati haikuwa ina happen during our time, it used to happen. And during boarding school, like mtu anaendanga anapatana na wasee tofauti, you meet like different students who are brought up like differently, and the friendship that you start making in school, hiyo ndio at some point inafanyanga like a student to start moving from whatever is right. And so during our dormitories, we used to have a lot of weird stuff going on, because kutokea kwa dormitory from 9 utafika kwa dormitory, you uende freshen up, then you go to sleep, because tomorrow you're supposed to wake up very early in the morning. So before even like going to our dormitories, before even opening that door, because dormitory ya wasichana during that time ilikuwa mbali sana na boys, which was okay because they believe that boys and girls hawafai kukaribiana. So boys dormitory walikuwa wamekaribiana na the teachers. For us girls dormitory ilikuwa mbali sana, na hata hatukuwa na security. We didn't have any security. We didn't even have a matron during we didn't even have a matron hata tukue kwa our dormitory. Tulikuwa tunakaa sisi peke yetu as girls, and our dormitories zilikuwa zimegawanyishwa into cubes, so each and every cubes kulikuwa na wanafunzi kwa kila cube. So we could just break from our preps going to dormitory, and we could find crazy stuffs, like tulikuwa tunapatana na weird things, something like eagle. Unaingia kwa dormitory, ukiingia on your cube you find something like stuck on the window, like ikuwa imewaangalia hivi, like weird stuff ambazo zilikuwa zinafanyika on our dormitory. And something funny, we used to like tell our teachers this and this is happening, and they used to come and say that they are not seeing anything, like sisi tunaona mambo zetu. And it became a routine when I was in Thismas Island. It became a routine ever since like nikue class 6 hadi nikamalizia the primary school in this specific school. It became a routine of each and every day that we could go to our dormitory, we could find weird stuffs, especially during weekend. We could find weird things like demons or something, yani vitu zingine weird sana zinaka like funny. And the moment we could tell our teachers, they used to like say, they used to assume, wanasema like, you girls munaona vitu zenyu munaogopa. And I remember at some point tukaletewa matron, so our matron was also alikuwa muoga pia yeye. So each and every time during weekend danger ikitokea, because she used to come mostly on weekend, because it was a mix school ya boys and girls, so kuna wenye pia walikuwa day school. So most of the time our matron alikuwa na come during weekends, because that is when we used to see like the weird things happening on our dormitory. And life continued to an extent ambaye I remember when tulikuwa tunafunga shule, because we didn't have even, hatukuwa tunapata midterm katikati. We used to have like kufunga tu shule ndio tulikuwa tunaenda home for those who are in boarding school. So I remember nikienda home narrating the stories that were happening in our school, crying and telling my parents that those things are weird. Like walikuwa wanaona ni kama ni mchezo, wanaona ni kama like you are lying, hakuna kitu kama hiyo inaweza exist. Au nyinyi mnaweza onaje kitu kama like skeleton ikitembea kwa dormitory? Like the stories that we used to give, in a way my parents hawakuwa wana believe. Walikuwa wanasema just vumilia, umalize shule, we be a prayerful person, Yeah, pray for yourself. We will also be praying. But at the same time, we used to have a lot of challenges during this boarding school. And hiyo ili continue until nikamaliza boarding, nikamaliza class 8. And I remember one of the time during weekends, hizo ndio time ambazo tulikuwa we used to cry so much, because we could enter in our dormitory and the girls could find something in one of the cubes. So I remember one day, because I was a dormitory prefect at some point, I opened the door and then I delayed like kuingia. The other girls walikuwa wanaingia kwa the door. And then all of a sudden, the girls started like wakaanza kupiga nduru. Like they've seen something in the dormitory and they were screaming. So I remember they all rushed to one cube. Na mimi sasa I was already in the dormitory, nilikuwa nimeshaingia, nikaishiwa na nguvu, nikasimama kwa corridor. Like a lot of things were happening and at some point nakumbuka nilikuwa naishiwa na nguvu because of, you are scared, you don't know what to do, and I was like, well, today I am done, because the thing that they are seeing, it is going to find me right here, because hata sina nguvu ya kukimbia for my life. They screamed until the teachers came, and when they came in our dormitory, they said that hawajaona anything. And that was life back then in boarding school. So at the same time, let us also talk about venye tunapatananga shule. We are all tumetoka from different places, different towns. We are all raised differently, and we meet with students ambao wanasema like wanaona ni kama wako na like demons of something. Like we used to have those students in our school ambao walikuwa na wakilala then in the morning someone could wanalala, then in the morning someone could narrate to you and tell you like alikuwa kwa the ocean, ametoka Indian Ocean, sijui ametoka kufanya nini, alikuwa commit someone and all that. Like a lot of crazy things were happening. You could see someone, I know this sounds weird, but you could see someone anatembea and wewe ukiangalia hivi unaona ni kama hana kichwa or something. Those who have been into boarding school, maybe you can share your story. How was boarding school for you? Because wengine watadhani napeana story ya uongo. Si story ya uongo. At some point, nawaambia a lot of crazy things zilikuwa zina happen during our dormitories. Ukiambia walimu, wakikuja wanasema hakuna kitu wanaona. And then girls, sisi ambao tumebaki huko, we could see weird creatures, weird things happening. Like we were scared. Ilikuwa imefika point yenye like mtu akienda kulala, ulikuwa unalala ukuwe ready. Like you are ready for anything. Unalala ukuwa umevaa full school uniform, umevaa mpaka viatu. Just in case, because mnaweza amka tu muanze like running for your life from nowhere. Unaanza tu kukimbia tu, screaming and saying mambo tu, mkiona vitu weird zina happen. Like it was crazy. I remember one of the time ambaye tulikuwa church, because shule yetu juu ilikuwa boarding school, ilikuwa na day school, so kulikuwa na church fulani hapo around yenye ilikuwa inakujwa pia na watu wa kijiji. So I remember one of this time ambaye a student aliombewa and like alikuwa anatolewa the demons. And those things zinafanyanga msee aogope sana. Like you could see a lot of crazy things happening, a lot of weird things happening. And at some point unaanza kushangaa what is happening. I remember in each and every class haungekosa that one person mwenye ametoka from the other side. We as parents, I think it is high time we start talking to our kids. I think if we have a good relationship with our kids, they can be able to tell us what is happening in school, especially wale ambao tumepeleka watoi wetu boarding school. They can be able to tell us the story. After the other day, after the 16 students walipass, I was like, I thought these things are not in this generation anymore. Maybe zilikuwa during our time peke yake. And I was shocked knowing that this thing bado zinaendelea. You know, during our time, yes, we used to plan for strikes. Tulikuwa tuna plan for strikes, but we could alert one another. Tulikuwa tunaambiana, like leo hii na hii itafanyika masaa fulani. We could alert one another. Now seeing that like fellow students wanaweza washa moto bila hata kuonea wanafunzi wenzao huruma, and they run for their lives na wafunge mlango kutoka nje. Something is not right, guys. Something is not right. It is high time sisi kama wazazi we start praying for our kids. Let us start praying for our kids, because the devil is not happy. The devil is using these young souls. There is something called Illuminati. You know, those things used to happen during even our time when I was still in school. Hizi vitu zilikuwa zinafanyika. Kulikuwa na hao watoto from those side ambao walikuwa wanatumika with the demons things. And because like mkue shule lazima you make friends. So hauko sure friend ambayo una make ni wa kutoka side gani, haujui kama anatumika na hizi demons or something, you don't know. But we used to make friends. And hii ku make friends in a way, hii ndio ilikuwa ina lead mtu to bad companies, ina kulead you start like planning for those strikes, ina kulead muanze kuplan venye mtachoma shule and all that. I feel this time around, it is high time, like let us start teaching our students, let us start teaching our kids about discipline. Tuwafunze tu watoto wetu discipline. Let us teach them about the companies that they are going to meet in school. Because a lot is happening. Unaweza kuwa na mtoto wako like very innocent, like you've done all your best as a parent. Umefundisha mtoto wako discipline, umemfundisha how to stay with people. And at the same time akitoka huku nje, akienda akipatana na the fellow students, akifundishwa, akiambiwa hii na hii, hizo vitu zinaanzanga kuingia msee pole pole. Mtu anatokanga kwao akwe a good person. The moment umeenda hiyo shule, not only in boarding school, hizi vitu zinafanyika pia in day school. Unatoka home vizuri, but the moment umeenda kupatana na wanafunzi wenzako, wanaanza kukuambia let us do this and this. And because you guys mko maybe same age mates, unaanza kuona maybe it is the right thing. Unaanza kujiingiza kwa hizi vitu. I remember hata tukijoin hata high school, venye tulikuwa tuna introduciwa, kulikuwa na watu walikuwa wanatumia like drugs, dawa za kulevya, hizi masindano. Like huko ndio unapatanga kids there, like students wako in kutaka kujua mambo mingi sana. The companies that they are creating, the companies that they are meeting there outside there, hizi ndio wanga zinatulead sisi kama like back then wakati mimi nilikuwa bado a student, ilikuwa inatulead like tutake sana we strike, tutake sana like we want to ban the school or something. But during my time it never happened. We were planning but haikuwa inaenda kukuwa successful. Tukienda kukaribia kumaliza the planning, tunapatikana and inakuwa a very bigger issue, tunapigwa like crazy and hatuwezi rudia tena. So this time around, because I'm also a parent, I feel so bad like seeing our students huku nje like dying. Watoto saizi wamekuwa this generation, like the generation we are having, I feel like hawana huruma. They don't have like mercy. But because the moment wameenda kupatana na the fellow students outside there, wanawafanya wakae inhuman. They become something, wanakuwa like inhuman because of the way they have been shown. Of the way they have been shown. Unaweza kuwa umelea mtoto wako vizuri, umemlea na adabu, umemlea how to be like a good girl or a good boy, but akitoka huku nje apatane na the fellow students, especially in boarding schools. A lot is happening in boarding schools. Sijui kama like msinikujie kwa comment section umseme like Gathoni ni mambo gani unasema. Hapana, I'm just giving out my experience about life in boarding school. And not only that, I have a parent, mtoto wake the other day that walikuwa wamefunga shule, yeah, hii holiday ya December walikuwa wamefunga shule, and her girl alikuja home akabecome a very different person, akuwa amekuwa totally a different person. Akimpeana kwenda shule, she was a very good girl. Coming back, alibecome as something else. She was not the same person. Like this girl was saying that kuna watu wanamfuata, like anaona vitu zake, anaanza kuona ni kama like kuna watu wanamfuata each and every corner. Those are the spirit I'm saying, guys, the spirits of the demonic powers that are going on right now. We are supposed to be prayerful, by the way. At this point, like we may try our best as parents, but I think this time around it is for us to be prayerful. Like tuombe, let us be prayerful, because the devil is not happy. The devil is using our kids. This is the harsh truth, but the devil is using our kids. He's trying his best, like atumia watoto wetu. Like, you know, unaweza kaa tu hivi ujiambie like maybe my kid is safe akienda primary school, akienda like in a day school, like maybe mtoto wangu ako safe akienda day school. But pia hizi day school, they have their things. If you could listen to stories ambazo zinaendelea huku nje, uko like hizi zinafanyika aje? How is this happening? How is this happening in a day school? It's only day school. Mbona hizi vitu zinafanyika? A lot is happening. Our kids are being introduced to certain powers, yeah? Demonic powers ambazo we as parents, kama hatutakuwa careful, kama hatutakuwa wazazi ambao like, kama hatutakuwa wazazi ambao ni waombezi, if we will not be there for our kids, if we will not take our time to pray for our kids, kuna changamoto. We need to take time to listen to them. We need to take time. Maybe your kid amekuja home amekuambia like, mom, I don't like this school. Like, pay attention. Taka kujua what is happening in this school, because a lot is happening, my people. A lot is happening in schools. Mambo mingi inaendelea. I'm not trying to say that we are not supposed to take our kids in boarding school. Hakuna mahali saizi kumekuwa kuzuri. Day school kuna maneno. Boarding school pia kuna maneno. I'm not like defending. I am not like defending any of these things that is happening, but I'm feeling so heartbroken. Like the same things that used to happen during our time, right now become so worse. Zimekuwa worse to an extent ambayo like mtoto ni mchanga but ana utu at all. Did you guys see the CCTV footage of utumishi? Like I cried seeing that footage. I cried so badly. Why could you, mbona unapata nguvu ya kuwasha kiberiti, unamwaga mpaka mafuta ya taa, and then you left your fellow students wachomekee huko ndani? It is so heartbreaking. Hii yote inakuja because of we are not taking our time to talk to our kids. Hatuna that good relationship, because I'm sure kuna a way of maybe the students. I'm not trying to judge, guys, just understand me. I'm not trying to judge anyone on this matter, but all I'm saying is maybe kulikuwa na a way, ama maybe there were things happening in that boarding school that watoto wa hiyo shule tu hao ndio wanaelewa. But I feel like it is high time sisi kama wazazi, yeah, this cannot be happening. Hii haiwezi kuwa ikihappen each and every year. I feel it is high time sisi kama wazazi we start talking. Let us have good relationship with these boys and girls. Let us be talking to them. Imagine those innocent souls wakidedi. Imagine the innocent souls ambao hata wanaibiwa kwa day school, thinking that maybe because mtoto wangu ako in a day school, maybe ako safe. Ukimpeleka day school, ukimpeleka pia boarding school, kuna maneno pia. Sisi kama wazazi, watoto wetu wako safe wapi? There is a lot going on. It is high time we start praying. Praying ile serious. Let us be praying for our kids. Tuombee watoto wetu. The devil is not happy, and I will repeat this again and again. The devil is at work. The devil is not even happy. Ako kwa kazi mbaya sana. Na anatumia the innocent souls. You cannot tell me, like, this thing is really hurting me. You cannot tell me that nitakuwa mimi kama maybe I'm a student, nitakuwa na hiyo nguvu ya kuwasha kiberiti na nione kuna my fellow students amelala hapo na nimwage mafuta nimwache atekete. This is inhumanity. This is inhumanity, and hawa si watoto wetu. Kuna something that is going on. There is something going on. Not only in school, but there is something going on about this whole thing. Hata si lazima wakue shule, hata wakue kwa estate ama wakue wapi. Like, a lot is happening. Instagram saizi, hata sitaki kuingia Instagram. Unaingia Instagram, like unapatana na vifo za watoto, and then you are like, well, this is alarming. What is happening? What is happening to our kids? Ni nini inaendelea? Let us pray. I didn't mean at hii story nitapeana then nikuje to this far, but sisi kama wazazi, let us be prayerful. Let us pray for our kids. Tuombee watoto wetu. Let us pray for our kids. Maombi ndio itatusaidia kwa hii jani. Maombi ndio itatusaidia kudeliver hawa watoto from the powers ambazo shetani anawarushia. Sijui kama nyinyi guys mshaipatana na hata ukue shule, hata si lazima ukue uko shule, hata church, unapatana na watu wao wanatolewa the demons. Unashangaa the demons ziliwaingia saa ngapi? Because of the companies, because of the schools, like this thing can happen anywhere, but mostly zinafanyika kwa shule, boarding schools. Walimu wenye mko in the house ambao mtawatch hii video, msinikujie kuniambia like I'm trying to say anything that is wrong. I'm not trying to say anything that is wrong, but I'm trying to send a message outside there. Like, a lot is happening. A lot is happening. Our kids are losing it. Our kids are losing their lives. Like, kuna a lot of unfinished dreams ambazo ziko on the grave. Like, watoto wetu tu like wanaenda tu hivyo, even without even finishing like their dreams. Mtu huyu unapata ana perform very well, but anarushiwa hizi maroho. Kuna hizi maroho ambazo zinaendelea, demonic powers that are going on in our schools. Yeah, kwa hizi company watoto wetu wanajiingiza without even knowing. There is a lot going on. Let us be prayerful, parents, dear parents. Let us be prayerful. Let us be prayerful. I saw a lot of things when I was in boarding school. I remember narrating some of the story during my live stream, and I could feel goosebumps kila mahali. Like, a lot is happening. A lot is happening, guys. Let us pray for our students, our babies. To all parents, let us take this thing serious. Let us pray. I've repeated this praying thing like 100 times because this is the only thing that is going to save us. Praying and talking to our kids, listening to them. Mtoto akikuja kuambia this and this is happening to our school, take that action. Listen to that kid. Acha kuassume. Then later, mambo zinafanyika, and then you start like blaming. You start saying like, I wish I knew. Let us be listening to our kids. Tusikize watoi wetu. Let us listen to our kids, guys. I hope you've learned something from today's story. It is so heartbreaking, by the way. I feel bad. Mimi na machozi yangu inakuanga karibu the moment nikiingia kwa mtandao, like nione hata hiyo moto venye ilikuwa inawaka kwa hiyo shule, like ukiona venye watu hiwa wanauliwa, and then ukisoma unasikia alipatikana bila mkono, sijui alipatikana ametolewa kichwa. It is weird. A lot of weird stuff are happening. Demonic powers. Shetani yako all over. ako tu all over, anataka take over the kids because our kids wako very innocent. Our kids wako na like they have that moyo wao wa uko tu sawa. The devil wants to take over and control. This is alarming. This is bad. Si vizuri, si poa, si fiti. It is not a good thing. I'm sending love, I'm sending grace and strength to the parents who lost their kids. Kwa mzazi ambaye ako huko nje, maybe mtoto wake aliibiwa, maybe mtoto wake hapatikani at the moment. I'm sending you grace and strength. May you overcome this one. Mungu akutie nguvu. Hii ni Mungu tu anaweza tusaidia. It is only God who can intervene right now on the cases that are happening. It is only God. Allow me to nifikishe hii story hapa. Allow me to hii conversation ifike tu hapa because the way I am feeling, I'm not feeling right. Si feel vizuri hata kidogo. I'm feeling so bad. My heart is so broken. In whatever you do, if you have kids or not, just remember to pray. Remember to pray for your nephews. Remember to pray for your cousins. Remember to pray for like your brothers and sisters. Remember to pray for the kids because a lot is happening. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know, what do you think about this whole thing that is happening? How was life for you wakati ulikuwa shule? How was life for you in school? How was life for you in boarding school? Share your story on the comment section. Let us interact. Let us keep on doing this. Let us keep on sharing our story. Let us keep on doing this together. I'm very grateful for your amazing support, amazing love. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for watching me. I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much. May God bless you. May God bless you as I see you on the next episode of Gathoni Diaries. It's a bye-bye for now. Bye.